If you're a contractor, you know how vitally important it is to have an accurate level. I've been an inspector for 9 years and working with contractors, specifically concrete, and this is the level I use. It's the STABILA Digital 48-inch, and this thing's amazing. Like I said, been using it for 9 years. This one in particular for 4 years. Never changed the batteries once. Awesome battery life. Incredibly accurate, very easy to calibrate. All right, so I have this just set up on a section of sidewalk right here. That's why I prefer the 4-foot level. It's just gonna give me a lot more range, and I can use a big piece of aluminum if I have a big spread and just set it on top. So zooming in here, starting from over here, you've got some, you know, if you want to hang this up, whatever, not a big deal. Rubber stoppers on the end. Got your vertical bubble on either end, here and here. And then obviously your main, which is nice because that's open on either end and you can see it. You know, you can see both. All your bubbles are open, but especially that top one. So however you're setting this, if you're switching it around. Also nice is this big grip. Like, it's just easy to set in place everything I do. So let me turn it on, and hopefully the camera will pick up the digital side. Sometimes cameras have a hard time with that. Oh, there we go. So right here, it's what's obviously laying on its side. Let me flip you up. What is awesome is you get this top view, so I don't have to cram down here and look from the side. I can look top down. I have no issues with water. I use this for flow line and gutters, and obviously I'm sticking it in wet, nasty stuff when guys have been testing their pour, you know, after they've done their pour. But so yeah, if you need to string line something and set up and see what your flow rate is, like I said, this is going to save your butt. So like I said, I keep everything in percentage because that's how you're going to be tested for you know, county right away, state stuff, ISPWC related. But you can switch it over to millimeter per meter there. Over here you have inch foot, and it will give you that in a split line there, and then degrees. Now, a lot of people make the huge mistake of doing this in degrees and leaving it, and that's where I've seen failure happen because they take their shots, do it degree as an inspector, come back by, and I'm like, well, was your level in percent? And they're like, nope. And I said, that's the problem. So yeah, switching that back over to percentage, always keep it in percentage generally. So you do have a backlight. Calibrating this is just a simple technique of, they walk you through in the manual, you just rotate it different ways and it calibrates it. But like, I rarely have had issues with this. Like I said, IP65, so you have this nice railing on either end. You can see that's pretty beat up because I use it all the time. I still got dirt and mud on this. So I'm throwing this around. I'm pretty rough with it, taking it to sites. I use this, like I said, primarily on ped ramps, flow lines. Flow lines, like after a job's completed, I can just throw it in there, and you see either from the top down, we got 0.6, 0.5% flow heading off there, and it's just like, even if you have questions on a break, you can just watch that percentage, change your bubble, and get a slight degree change to see what you need. So like I said, if you're going to string line, any of that kind of stuff, this will save you. I work primarily with concrete guys, and I can't tell you, like, as an inspector, I recommend this all the time because it just gives you such accuracy, and then you have proof right there. If you're trying to hit your levels, like you're working out of public right of way and you're using the ISPWC, and you have all your exact measurements and rates, like doing pedestrian ramps that have to be under a 12:1 ratio, or your sidewalk, which is, you know, usually under 2% or 2.1%. It's going to save you time and money, because if you get rejected for being out of spec, man, just buy one of these and you'll be set, because you can accurately show proof. I know a lot of guys just want to use bubble as proof, but when you get down to those 0.1, 0.2 percentages and getting it kicked out on a job, it will save you, guaranteed. So yeah, I can't recommend this enough. I keep it in my truck. I can just throw it in the back toolbox. It does come with, kind of saw at the beginning of the video, a nice little carrying case. I can protect it because, I mean, obviously you want to take care of this, but I am rough with this. Like I said, 9 years using them. I don't want to use anything else. I don't trust anything else. 4 years on this guy, and like I said, I'm rough with it. Throwing it in concrete, wet, mud, dirt, doesn't matter. Easy to clean off. You just give it a quick spray. All those features and just the accuracy of these. I mean, STABILA is known for their accuracy, and like I said, as an inspector, this is, you know, my go-to. So on your guys' side, if you're a contractor and you want something accurate and you don't want to have to redo your work, check this guy out. And if you're just a home job, any of that kind of stuff, like, you know, like, it's accurate. Use it for carpentry, everything. So